Namaste, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing channel. My name is Jikara, and I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. And if you've been coming here every Thursday, you know that we talk about different things that are woo with different practitioners. And today we're going to have one of my favorite people that she's been here many, many times. So if you've been coming here every Thursday, you're very familiar with her. Is no one less than Dawn Marino, which, by the way, gave me this beautiful scarf, which you can't see much because my cat is in the middle. But it's a beautiful scarf that I'm wearing today that she gave me, and I'm so grateful that I get to wear it today for the first time while we go live today. And today we're going to be talking about how to heal your third eye chakra with crystals. Y'all know that she's the crystal queen, right? And so we're going to be talking about that. But before I bring her over, I just kind of wanted to take a moment to drop into the essence of gratitude. I want to thank every single person that is part of the Cosmic Light Activation. Thank you to my supporters who are part of this group. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to join the Cosmic Light Activation membership to not only support this channel, because that will be part of your support, if you wanted to support beyond, liking and sharing this video, I want to invite you to go into the bloominglotushealing.com, which is my website, and sign up for my email list. I will not open this to everyone. Only those who are part of my email list will be able to sign up for this specific group. And this group is basically going to give you support in the sense that you're going to receive a monthly Akashic clearing, collective clearing, which are very, very powerful. A lot of times we pick up a lot of stuff from the collective. And so this is a way to support your energetic hygiene. And it also supports you in the sense that you will have an oracle reading, a collective reading every week that is sent via a private Telegram channel. So this is how this group will support you. And I'm thinking about adding more things, but one of the things that I also have added recently for this group was that on not on Thursdays, today's Thursday, on Mondays, when I go live on Instagram, then you get priority on the readings that I do on Instagram. So on Instagram, I'll do different type of readings. Sometimes I'll check the auric field. Sometimes we'll check to see if there's any attachments. Sometimes we'll do some oracle card readings. So those who are part of the Cosmic Light Activation group are able to get priority on those readings. So with that said, enough about me and all this jibber jabber. Oh, actually, I'm going to announce something, but I'm going to bring Dawn before I announce, because we have something in the works that is happening soon, and on the 28th of May, but I'll tell you guys in a minute. And hi, Vintage. Hi, Cece. Hi, Jess. So happy to have you guys here, and ladies and over here. So I'm going to bring in my beautiful queen, sister goddess, Dawn, into the mix here.
Hi.
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 How are you? I'm so happy to have you here. And
Thank you. I'm good.
I just love you, and I love the lives that we did together, and they're
Me
always so much
too.
fun. And yeah, so for those
Yeah.
of you who don't know you, who may be watching you for the first time, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So I am an intuitive healer and a spiritual medium, and I do a lot of healing work with crystals. So that's a lot of what I've been focusing on lately. I also do intuitive tarot, wrote a few tarot books, and do some channeled healing art. So
Yay.
yeah.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Dawn and I, we've come, we've come together on this channel for quite a while now. And we've done some exchanges, and oh my gosh, she is a powerful healer. So if you're
Oh,
feeling called to connect with her, if you're feeling called with her energy, then I definitely want to invite you to really connect with her and really book a session with her. She is incredible. But I kind of wanted to before I announced what we're gonna do, because we're gonna have a really cool event on the 28th of this month, and it's going to be with you and Maurice and Hannah, which all three of you have been part of this, of these conversations on Thursdays, which
yeah.
I'm so excited. And so yeah, so which is going to be all about supporting, we are in a mental health wellness month. So, a lot of our spiritual journey does involve our mental health, does involve, navigating those, you know, sometimes treacherous waters, right?
Yes.
And so I'm going to be doing a collective clearing, but can you tell us a little bit about what you're going to do for the
Absolutely.
group?
Yes. I will be doing a healing grounding meditation. And while I'm doing it, I will be creating a crystal grid and using the energy of the crystals in the grounding healing meditation.
Yes, I'm so excited. Y'all don't understand. She is the crystal whisperer, I have to say. And and I seriously, I really do feel like it's incredible. She's done some crystal grids for me, and they've been really incredible and moved really heavy energies. So I'm super excited to be collaborating with Dawn and Maurice. And for those of you who are not familiar with Maurice, he does shamanic type of healing work, and he's going to be connecting you to your spirit guide, or connecting you to one of your spirit guides. We have many, so he's going to be connecting you to one of your spirit guides, and then Hannah's going to be doing some sound healing. So if you haven't seen any of the lives that I've done with Hannah and Maurice, I highly recommend you go watch them so you can see the power of what we're offering, and it's amazing. So I'm going to be leaving. Actually, I'm going to share in the comments the link. So if you want to sign up for it, then definitely do check it out. I have a meetup group that I've created, and it's going to be through Meetup that you're going to be able to attend the event. So I kind of wanted to open the conversation with that because it's coming up, and we're super excited about this. We've been working on this for a month now, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Regularly meeting, everything.
yeah, we've been meeting about this. We've been talking about how we're gonna do this, and it's been really incredible. So I am posting this on the comments right now, so y'all can check it out. But don't leave yet. Copy this and put it somewhere, because we're gonna be talking about crystals and how to heal your third eye chakra with crystals. So anyway, I'll stop talking about this, and I kind of wanted to just segue into this beautiful wisdom you're going to be sharing with us, Dawn. So tell us a little bit about the third eye chakra and the process of healing it with crystals.
Yes, absolutely. So our third eye chakra is in the center of our forehead between our eyebrows, a little bit above. And this is where we connect to our intuition, our wisdom, our perceptions, and just our sight, our insight, our psychic sight. This is, where it's at here. And this one is associated with like an indigo blue color. And a lot of times people might be feeling intuitively blocked, and they might be feeling as though they can't even daydream or imagine or, conceptualize things for themselves. So when that happens and you're sort of lacking clarity and you feel stuck in that sense, it's likely that your third eye chakra is underactive and needs to be reinvigorated, so to speak, or expanded on. And if you're having also like migraines, or it's just hard for you to have clear vision, not just psychically, but just in your life and what you're imagining for yourself down the road, like the bigger picture, that's an instance where you might want to be working with the third eye with crystals. And on the other end of that, your third eye could be overactive and might need to be calmed down a bit. And that's when, you might be having very vivid dreams, but ones that are more like nightmares, or, you might be hallucinating a bit, or just be feeling a little bit like paranoid or spacey, lots of headaches. And so in those instances, your third eye, that energy could use some calming, some removing of some of the overactive energy. So with the crystals, you can work on balancing that energy or expanding it depending on what you need based on how you're feeling with that.
That's incredible. And I love how you're mentioning the overactive and then maybe the slowing of it. And so I'm thinking that you use the specific crystals to kind of rebalance. So like there's going to be specific crystals that are going to be more towards the, for the underactive and more for the overactive, right? Is that kind of like what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about, so is it possible that we can potentially be ungrounded in those times when we're feeling the third eye kind of like a little bit out of balance? Could that be part of that process of
Yeah.
the healing process of the third eye chakra?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a lot of times where there's like this correlation between that with being ungrounded. And I would say even last night, I could feel that I was extremely spacey. I had been doing a lot of energetic work. And by the end of the night, I felt like I was like flying away. Like I was just so, not here, and my mind was racing. So I threw some grounding crystals under the covers by my feet, and I
Oh,
slept
wow.
really well, and I woke up feeling so much better. But yeah, there's you can definitely feel extremely ungrounded if you're, overactive. And I will say this, sometimes when people feel like their intuition has been blocked, it could be because it's actually in overdrive and it's just drained, like your third eye is just exhausted. So if you've been doing a lot of spirit work and then you're feeling like your intuition isn't coming to you as easily, you might just need to be grounded and kind of calm your third eye a bit. Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah, because I mean, I would think that, I mean, I know that we've been covering each chakra separately, but in a way they're kind of interconnected in the sense that,
Yes.
one not being in balance can definitely affect the others in that sense, even if they're kind of far away from each other.
Yeah, yeah, and it's very true. There have been times where I have put, one hand over my third eye and one over my root and just done healing, and just, told myself that it was safe, especially in the early days of my practice, with the intuition. There were old wounds from other times, other lives, that made me scared to tap into my intuition.
Oh,
And
wow.
I needed that intuitive part of me to know that it was safe and to be grounded. So that's something you can also practice, is sort of grounding into your intuition and reminding yourself that you're safe to use your intuition.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is so true. I have to say, and I don't know for anyone who's watching this right now or maybe on the replay, if you've thought about maybe doing, or you've been interested in doing any sort of energetic work or mediumship work, I know that there's kind of like this. I know for me at the beginning there was like a little bit of fear of
Yes.
what would come through, which thankfully, by attending mediumship circles for me, it's been really like it took away all the fear.
Right.
And so, because once and of course you gotta go with, people and places that are safe, right? Like,
Mhm.
that understand everything, the energies and everything.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of interesting that, that is a thing. It's a resistance, that fear, and then feeling ungrounded because you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of that fear of the unknown, like what are you going to encounter, or you don't know what's going to happen, you don't know what's going to happen basically.
Yeah.
So that's incredible. And so grounding is definitely important. So I'm glad that we're having this conversation, because I feel that sometimes we are like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go be up here, but yeah, the grounding side of things is so important. And you are one of those people who has taught me that, even in the process of just sending me healing. I could see how that was, something that I absolutely needed at the moment. So
Yeah.
um yeah. So good morning, everyone. I see Peggy's coming in and saying good morning, and people are saying hello. So I just kind of want to acknowledge some people here: AG, Peggy, Brandy, CC, or Kai Lotus 521, Vintage, Jazz. I'm so happy that y'all are here. Monica's here. Awesome. So the fam is here. Yay. Okay. So I know that y'all want to know the list, because there's a special list that, of course, Dawn has created for us today, and I was quickly making sure that I had it so that I can put it here on the banners for you guys. I have the list here to show you. So if you didn't really quite see it, hear it, or want to know how it's spelled, it's going to be here on the screen for you. Okay, so let's go ahead and segue into the crystals
Yes.
that you've the list that you've prepared. I was going to ask you, is there a specific reason why you went from one to another, or you're just kind of I kind of was curious to know.
It's funny. It's funny that you asked that, because when I was sitting with them after I gathered them, I was kind of arranging them like in terms of not so much properties, but of like interest. Like, hey, now let's pop in this one. So I kind of like lined them up and moved them around like a little puzzle with how I felt it would flow.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's beautiful. So it's basically intuitively what you felt will flow well for
Yeah.
the list. That's incredible. So y'all know. I was just kind of curious because I know you're very intentional about how you use the crystals. So that's why I was wondering if there was like any intention behind the list and the order of the list.
That's so funny. Yeah, I kind of sat there and moved them around and changed it up.
I love it. That is so beautiful. That is so I love it. That makes my heart so happy. Okay, so what is the first one?
Yes. So this one we have mentioned before, and I have a little piece with me today, not the big tower, but I have blue lace agate, and I know this is kind of tiny. I hope you can see.
I'm going to bring you closer.
There you go. I have blue lace agate. It's a very pale light blue color. And I went with crystals that I was drawn to, and I wanted to sit with all them to connect on ways that people watching can work with them for their third eye, instead of just, what you might find on Google, like to really like ask the consciousness of the crystal.
Oh, wow.
And so I tapped in for the blue lace agate, and well, I will preface it with the biggest reason I chose this one is because if your third eye is overactive and you're just really in overdrive, this will help calm it. Like this and maybe a grounding crystal down at your root will really help calm that overactive and kind of bring you more into balance. So when I connected, aside from that, the message that I got is that this is also good if you're just starting out and working with your intuition, that it will help kind of gently ease you into the process. And that it's almost like cooling down the fire of like inflammation. If it's an overload, it just kind of will cool you down and bring you back. And I also received a message of stillness and peace, and helping you if you're feeling frustrated with your intuition. Like if you're feeling frustrated because you feel like it's not, opening fast enough, it will help you. And they also gave me an analogy of water flowing to kind of clear away the frustrations and the burdens, to open up the channel very gently. So that's with blue lace agate for your third eye.
That's incredible. I love that. And it feels very soothing when you mention it. It feels like it's like it would be really good when you're feeling overactive. I don't know, I can feel the energy that you just shared, and just feels very, very soothing. I love that.
Yeah, definitely. And there's been times when I've used that too. If I've just been doing a lot of energy work, that helps calm. Like I put it right here and lay down and ground myself, and it really helps because it can be a lot. It can be intense.
Yeah, I love it. So I don't know if y'all know. I think if some of you follow Dawn on Instagram, she's shared sometimes pictures of her wearing her crystals on her body, which is so cool. She basically like just has her crystals on her often. So
that's true. Jikara even said to me, she said, that's how I kind of pictured you when you're home alone anyway.
I was like, I pictured you just like, wearing your crystals, just like, just like having them like somewhere, laying somewhere on some part of your body. So that's cool. And yeah, so I love that the blue lace agate. And you know what? I never thought about the blue lace agate as a third eye crystal, which is so cool.
Yes.
So cool. And one thing that you mentioned, that you tapped into the consciousness of the crystal to let the crystal speak. I told y'all that she is a crystal whisperer. And so that you tapped into the consciousness of the crystal, so the crystal can tell you what other things can be done. Because sometimes when you go into Google or you go to these other places, you'll find different things, but you there's so much more that the crystal wants to do with you, which is so cool.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. So what's the next one?
So the next one, this one, I love this one, and I feel bad because I often overlook it. You know, early on in my crystal journey, it was one of my favorites, and then it kind of got put to the side. But this is iolite, and it's this really pretty blue color with the iolite. And this, when I tapped in right away, the first word I was given was wisdom. This is like with your wisdom, that inner knowing, and it's really good with your intuition when you want to make progress and sort of explore and expand on your intuition. But it's also a crystal of like discipline and routine. If you really want to work with it, like really hone in on your intuition, this is really good for that. Also, I received that it helps with more of a cosmic, galactic connection with your intuition, like really exploration, lots of exploration. And I was also given the message that it's just like endless, limitless possibilities working with iolite and your intuition, and that it asks that you allow it to serve almost as a guide as it expands and you work with it. So this is something, if you really want to do some like diligent work with your third eye, this is iolite. So
Wow, that's incredible. I've never worked with that crystal. So
yeah,
I'm really, really curious. And when you said cosmic galactic,
yeah,
that, that's all that's down my path.
yes,
Uh, so I'm like, I need some iolite in my life. And
yes,
it has like almost like a purplish, right? It's kind of
yes.
purplish.
It's such a unique
Yeah.
color. It's like a bluish, purplish, grayish. It's a very
Oh
unique
yeah, yeah,
blue.
I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's beautiful. And so would that be good, for example, like if we wanted to connect with spirit guides, would this be a good one as well to
Yes.
connect with that? Okay.
Yes, yes, absolutely. There was such a message of like guidance and sort of allowing it to kind of help navigate with that. So and like expand into like the upper dimensions.
I
Yeah,
love that.
yeah,
And then if y'all have any questions about the crystals that she's
yeah,
mentioning, please feel free to tap, to drop your question on the chat so
yeah.
that Dawn can cover anything for you. And then Cece is saying it's a very third eye color. It kind of is. Yeah, it really is a very
It
third
is.
eye color. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It really is.
And I was gonna ask you, so what drew you originally to iolite when you first started working with
when I
crystals?
when I first started working with crystals, there was just something about like the feel of it and me wanting really very much to tap more into my intuition. Like I was at this point where I was like really wanting to, and I just felt like it would really, really help me. So I was very like all in, like, yes, I like.
That's incredible. So it's almost like you
Yeah.
were already, it was calling you to do the work that basically, it most likely, the way I feel is like probably like opened up like so much of the pathways for you to do the work that you're doing right now, which is
Exactly.
that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm definitely gonna look into that. It's funny because every time I talk to you, you talk about crystals, crystals that I never really felt connected to, but
Yeah.
once you explain what they're good for, it just resonates. Like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. It's something that I could potentially work with.
Yeah.
So like even like for me, it happened with calcite. When you were talking about calcite, I've never
Mm.
really got drawn to them until I started connecting with you and talking to you, and I'm like, wow. And then I love calcite now. So like I just use it all the time. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm so grateful for that. So these these
Aw,
these lists are so helpful because at least for me personally, it's just like
right.
understanding the crystals a little bit more, understanding also how to use them, because our chakras are obviously affecting different and elements of our experience, right? So it's like
Yes.
understanding how to rebalance that is just so cool, and also
Yeah.
how to expand into connection like the iolite. It's just, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah.
So Jess is saying that it looks galactic too, um, and it's gorgeous. It's she's saying it's looking like a great sky on a dark mystical night.
Yeah,
Ooh, that
I
sounds
like
amazing. I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
And Cece says she says I always find that I need them afterwards for something after buying them. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true. That is true.
yeah,
Sometimes you buy them like I don't know if I'm gonna, and you get drawn to them for a reason, right? And
yeah,
so, but
exactly.
yeah, okay. So we got more on the list.
Yes.
This one is actually my favorite.
Yeah. Yes. So I have chosen Herkimer Diamond, which Jikara is so very in love with. So Herkimer Diamond is actually a combination of quartz and amethyst, and you can find it globally, but it's often very much found upstate New York. So um, after the town Herkimer, which is why it's called the Herkimer Diamond. So, but I went with this one, and when I tapped in right away, it was all about clarity, like clear vision, clarity with intuition, and dropping deeper into your intuition. Like even just holding it and sitting with it, you can just sort of feel that drop into like deeper into yourself, and it has a very high vibration and helps clear some of the blockages that you might have with your intuition, some of the energetic blockages. um, Also, there was a message of using it for meditation and your intuitive creativity, and that like this is like a crystal equivalent to a safe space to work with, like expanding creativity with your intuition, and just like expansion. Also, I was given the message that this will give depth to your intuitive practice and elevate it more. And then there was also a message of almost like spatial awareness on an intuitive level, like everything around you that you can't see, like that kind of observation working with it. Yeah. And then lastly, I was given the message that it's almost like a vibrant or like a vitality boost to your inner senses, like your intuitive senses. So this is the Herkimer Diamond. Definitely recommend working with this one if you're really wanting to work more on your third eye.
I love this one. And I had it on my little treasure box, and and then so I decided I'm gonna take it out because when I saw your list, I was like, ooh, calling Herkimer Diamond out. And so I have one in, actually I have two, but the one I call the one that I have, um I guess because this is for whatever reason the one I connect to the most. And so but yeah, it's been really an interesting journey to connect with this, and it is a really interesting energy too. It's
Yeah,
small, but it's very powerful.
very,
It's a
very
very,
powerful.
very powerful crystal, I
Yes.
have to say. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so look, and my cat right now has it. I wish you could see it, but he just placed his third eye on the Herkimer Diamond right now. I was holding it on my hand, and he just put his head on the Herkimer Diamond. So there you go. He knows. He's doing some energy work right now with his third eye. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So yeah, so we have some more crystals coming.
Yes.
What's the
Okay.
next one?
Okay, so the next one is one of my absolute favorites. This is my birthstone, my ring. This is my favorite. This is sapphire. So, sapphire, the very first message that I got was wisdom, intellect, perception, and grace when it comes to your intuition and your perception. This really helps you tap into it. This is a rough piece of sapphire. Um, Another part of the message that I got was that this is really good with discerning truth, especially with your intuition, and it kind of helps you feel more rooted in your intuition. So when you want to feel more grounded while you're working, the sapphire is good for that.
Mm.
Also, the strength of your intuition, it helps strengthen it. And also, I got the message that it helps to work with your clairsentience, like your the way you kind of have like that feeling, that psychic feeling. I got that message as well, and that it just really helps give you like a deep, rich, intense sort of connection with your intuition, and that it creates a pathway for spirit connection. But that it's also very like a humble energy was that I was given, like when you work with it. So that's sapphire for your third eye, and it also will help you feel grounded while you work with it. So
That's incredible. It's like a double, what is it? Like double use.
yeah,
Something.
yeah, yeah,
That's incredible. I love that. And
yeah,
that's so good because, then if you're needing that grounding, and you can just go for the sapphire.
yes,
And you know what? I've never seen a sapphire raw, so I love that piece. That was beautiful.
yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's so gorgeous.
Yeah, thank you. And I will say too, even though I didn't put it on the list, for very, very similar properties, you can use ruby on your third eye and it has that
Oh.
grounding effect. They're essentially the same minus the color in terms of what they're made of, sapphire and ruby. So that I've often put ruby on my third eye to have like that grounded kind of experience.
So you don't float away. It's like,
Exactly,
come
exactly.
back, Dawn, come back down to earth.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean doing energy work can really, unground you.
Oh
It
yeah.
really
Oh
can. So that's why it's like that's like number one. Number one, ground.
yeah.
And then number two, everything else. But grounding.
Exactly.
Number one, ground, please. So I completely get it. So, but
Mhm.
that is so interesting. I never thought about sapphire and ruby as a third eye. Well, sapphire
Yeah.
I can see because it's a blue crystal.
Yes.
So and it's a deep blue crystal, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But ruby, I never thought about ruby being a third eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know who suggested that once as well as Hannah.
Oh,
Hannah,
really?
Hannah was
Okay.
like, yeah, Ruby for the third eye.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that they have that double, again, that grounding aspect of it is so good, because then you don't have to worry about having to um to use another crystal. I mean, I guess you
Yeah,
can if you wanted to, but it's nice to have like that double
exactly.
double work there. Um Oh, look at that. Cece says she loves Sapphire,
Yeah.
and she says that that must be why she alternates between Ruby and Sapphire. There you go. So she's
Yes,
already kind of in
absolutely.
the same bandwagon of the Ruby Sapphire use for the third eye. And Brandy is saying that she was looking at for Herkimer diamonds yesterday.
Oh, how
Ooh,
funny
look
is
at that, Brandy.
that?
That's
Wow.
incredible. So
Yeah.
then you've been, and it's interesting. You're here today, Brandy,
Yeah,
and here we are talking about Herkimer diamonds. So like, look at
exactly.
that. That's everything is kind of aligning for you here.
Uh-huh.
I know I found mine. Mine I found directly through this guy who goes like online. He's on Facebook, and I just he goes live and he sells his crystals live, and
Oh, cool.
he's one of those people that go mining. Like he will go, that's how I knew when I
Oh,
was telling you,
wow.
Dawn, because before we went live, I was telling Dawn that I was like, oh, I think people go mining for these crystals, and I was thinking New Jersey, but that I knew it was somewhere up
Yes.
there. But it was upstate New York. But I was like, he's gone there, so he would say that, he would say, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I went mining, blah blah blah, and then that's how I found it, which I thought was very cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm sure if you go to a local place, you might, or maybe even talk to them to see if they can
Mhm.
order one for you, because I'm sure they'll have connections or contacts where they can order the Herkimer for you as well.
Yeah.
Brandy, especially if it's your trusted store. Maybe you have a store that's you trust and you know that you like them.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good way to maybe get a hold of one, because
Yeah.
I personally haven't seen them as often on my run of the mill places
Right.
that I go to here. Um,
That's true.
yeah, I feel like it's more
Yeah.
of I don't
There's
want to say obscure, but
no, but it's more like a like local, not local, but more of the smaller shops. There is a shop, I don't know for sure if they carry them, but they're called Cobble Creek Mining, and they have an online shop, and they're in Pennsylvania, I believe. And I've gotten some really nice pieces from them, like, and I think they might have something
okay,
like
there you
that
go.
that's
So then,
local to the area. Yeah,
so maybe you might want to look into them. What was it? Cobble Creek Mining?
Cobble Creek Mining. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe you want to check those out. I mean, we're not getting paid by these people, by the
No,
way.
no, no.
Just
They're
so
just
you
a
know,
really
Brandy,
good. Yeah.
and everyone else. Like this is just basically
Yeah.
us just talking what we like about the things that we like, and
Yeah.
so they're we're not getting any kickbacks or anything.
No, no, no. I don't think they know who I am. I just
Oh,
like,
this is so interesting. Vintage is actually saying, I wonder if this is why the Hindu and Indian religions and culture they apply the red dot in between the brows. So the red dot is actually to because there's the black dot and the red dot. I'm a little bit familiar with this because of I'm married to a Hindu, and so it actually represents the if you're married or not. But I do feel that there is a almost like this representation of the third eye, like almost like this reminder of connecting to your third eye by wearing the bindi. That's what they call it in they call it bindi. But anyway, yeah. So okay, so I don't want to get derailed here. I know that we have more on the list. So what's the next one? I was actually surprised about this one, but I'm gonna let
yes,
you
and I
announce it.
and then that's why I included it because it would probably be a
I
surprise.
was
But
really
I felt it
surprised.
was
Yeah.
important to share, and I use this one a lot actually. So the next one I have is shungite, and you would not probably think to use shungite on your third eye, but this is very good at clearing the energy, like the energy that does not belong. It is really good at clearing it and protecting the energy of that space. um, Including even like frequencies, outside frequencies, like man-made frequencies that might be interfering with your own field. Shungite is really, really good for that. And so when I tapped in, it was also a message of um, like giving you steadiness and calm through the energetic chaos, and just kind
Mm.
of like allowing for that, and like settling the energy. And then I was shown that it was like an energetic lightsaber with like just like clearing away like the energy that doesn't belong, to help you tap in more to your intuition. And I also it I got the message that this is good for like psychic attack, like in order to protect
Oh.
your energy that way. So it's really good for your third eye. And then I was shown like a twister or a cyclone coming in to clear away the unwanted debris and energy, to allow you to clear the way to tap back into your intuition. So I use this a lot when I feel like there's just a lot of outside frequency, outside energy in my field that's been obstructing the way that I connect to spirit. I will lie down with this for like a half hour until I feel more clear on my third eye. And I would say though, for you might find after a while that it's like too much, so then stop. You might feel like a
Yeah.
little dizzy, or like, okay, now I'm really clear. So just kind of go with what you're feeling. But yeah, I really like shungite for the third eye to kind of clear the energy so that you can tap in more again.
I love that. Yeah, I was really surprised when I saw Shungite. I
Yeah.
was like, wow, that's interesting. And you know what? It makes so much sense though. It
Yes.
makes so much sense to use
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
to clear away the energy because that that's what it does, right? Like
Yeah.
um in the same I guess vein of that type of clearing work, would black tourmaline, let's say if we don't have shungite, would black tourmaline work in the same vein, or do you feel like it's not as effective?
I feel like it's not as effective. I mean, it wouldn't not work, but with the black tourmaline, it does more of like shielding, and like shielding your energy. So it would be good in a protective sense, but not necessarily as clearing. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thank you for that, because I was kind of wondering. Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, I have a client who came, and she came, and she brought me a shungite. I got a shungite, this actually, what is it? It's not a necklace, it's a bracelet. And so I was thinking about getting a shungite, and for whatever reason, when I went to get the shungite at the store, something told me not something told me don't get it. And then later on, when I had my client come, from out of town, she
Yeah.
brought me a shungite from
Oh,
Arizona, which I was so grateful. I
oh,
kind of wanted to share that with you. So I'm super
yeah,
excited because this I can actually put, and it's flat, which is nice. It's
yes,
flat, so I can wear, I can put it some, here or anywhere, and it'll sit and it'll
yeah.
be good.
Oh, that's
So I'm
amazing.
grateful that I have that now, so that
Yeah.
I can clear stuff out of my third eye.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, that's incredible. And you know what? And again, like, for whatever reason, like, when I saw it, I was like, wow, she's using shunkai for the third eye, and I was curious to know why, and it
Yeah.
makes so much sense. So y'all, make sure you use your shunkai for your third eye. That's, and in the same vein, right? Like, that shunkai can help you clear other, from other chakras as well,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah. I'll be honest. There'll be times where I'll put it on my third eye, my crown, and at my root and the bottom of my feet, and then like one in each hand, like little pieces. You don't have to go buy a ton of,
Yeah.
just to kind of keep like a pathway of clearing, like just for a little while, because sometimes there's just so much energy that like needs clearing. But yeah, you can definitely use it at other chakras because it
Oh,
is
that's
so like
incredible.
grounding and protective. But on the third eye, like when I feel like I need like a good cleaning, I'll use
Yeah.
sunlight.
I love that. I love that. And this is so cool. And then one thing I wanted to mention too, maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You set the intentions, and you can clear this for yourself.
Oh
And then,
yeah.
of course, if you need additional support, you can always go to Dawn, and she can set up a grid for you, and send you healing.
Mhm.
But these are things that you can do for yourself, kind of like on a day, like in between, right? In between times when you're working with your favorite healer, or your favorite practitioner. This could be a really great way for you to kind of maintain, right, like, energetically, you
Yes,
know
absolutely. Yeah.
energetic hygiene. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I love that. I'm
Totally.
starting to love shungite more and more, and I'm seeing why you love it so much. I've never really worked with it before,
Yeah.
until I started talking to you. And so that was really really cool. I'm so grateful
Oh,
that I'm getting to know these crystals in a deeper level, and I hope that everyone that is watching this is feeling grateful too, to get to know these crystals in such a unique and beautiful and loving way, in the way that Dawn is, just because one thing that I really love about you, Dawn, is that you have such a beautiful relationship with the crystals. It's like they're your babies, right? And
yeah.
so and that shines through with when you share the
Thank
information.
you. Thank
um
you.
so yeah, so okay, we got more crystals.
Yes. I did see one thing in the comments. Cece had a question about shungite versus like noble shungite. And just
Okay.
a quick thing, like there's like the shungite and then the elite or the noble shungite. They're both the same exact thing, except the elite shungite has a higher carbon content. So it's just a little bit more purifying, so to speak, but they still have the same properties. You'll still get the same effects, regardless of which one you choose. However, the elite or the noble just has a little bit more carbon for like clearing and purifying.
I think that's the one. That's funny that you're I didn't see your question, Cece. Sorry. Thankfully Dawn saw it. But that's interesting you're saying that, because that I think that's what my client got me, was the noble.
Yes.
Yeah, she said that it was different than the other ones. The
Yeah,
guy
it
told
was,
her, and I was like, "Oh, I did not know." So that was such a
yeah.
perfect question, actually.
Exactly. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think just regular shungite has like 70% carbon, whereas like the noble or the elite has like 90. It's something like, to that range. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
still you still get the same benefits, the same properties, but if you are feeling like you want a little bit more of the purification aspect, then you'll want the elite.
Or maybe even faster, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
exactly. A little
mean,
more powerful.
maybe it works a little faster. It's like highway, taking the highway versus a street or something.
Exactly. Being stuck in traffic.
Right. Oh my God, I totally just saw like a whole traffic jam, like inside the Third Eye, just kind of like, we're trying to get out of here. Okay, that's my imagination just going wild. But anyway. Okay. So next crystal.
Now this is such a good tried and true. This is lapis lazuli. And it's such a beautiful blue color, like a really like blue with a little bit of like that cloudy gray. Lapis is such a like go-to, especially with the third eye. And when I tapped in to like connect to the consciousness, I got that not only does it help connect to your inner wisdom, but also your intellect from a calm and grounded space. And
Mhm.
that, it has a high energy, and it allows for more of an energetic flow when you're trying to kind of clear. The phrase that I got was juices flowing, like it just kind of clears and like allows like the energy to flow. So if you're feeling kind of blocked, the lapis is good for that. And also, I was shown that it helps clear the connection between the throat chakra and the third eye. So, putting it on the third eye will help remove some of the energetic blockages that kind of like that bridge between the throat and the third eye. And then just that it almost like wakes up your intuition is the message that I got. Like waking it up. It's just a very powerful connection, intense, clearing the blocks, the obstacles, so that you can tap in more to spirit, your intuition, just the whole thing with Lapis. So
Mm.
yeah.
It's interesting. I remember one time I was with a friend of mine, and we were starting to go to like all these different shops, to the crystal shops and everything. And the first crystal that she connected to was the lapis lazuli.
Mm,
And I remember her saying how she felt the energy just kind of flowing from
yeah,
her third eye, because she
yeah,
placed it for whatever reason. She felt the need to put it on her throat, so
yeah,
she could feel how from her throat and her third eye was like moving the energy. So that's so
yeah,
powerful.
yeah,
Just to kind of, I guess, in a way, like just it's just so incredible, right? Like that's some, that's I someone that I know experienced and happened to tell me how she was feeling this energy, and you're kind of
yeah,
like just sharing this like years after, right? Like she told me this.
right.
So this is so cool. And then Monica's saying that she uses lapis for her throat chakra. And so,
Hmm.
yeah, so this is so beautiful, like really
Yeah,
clearing that energy. And I feel like it's really, when you say that, it makes me feel that it's very good for when you want to channel, right? Like whenever you're ready to channel, or you want to make sure that everything is kind of flowing
mhm.
nicely. It's just a really great tool to use for that, right?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because it's just like that clear line.
Yeah.
So, yeah, yeah, it's very powerful, very clearing of the energy. So, yeah.
I love lapis. It's a beautiful,
Yeah,
it's a really a beautiful crystal.
yeah.
And I believe, I don't know if I'm wrong about this or not, but I believe it was used by Egyptians too. Lapis was something that
Mm.
was used as well. I may be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But I don't know why. I just feel like there's something. I feel that the lapis crystal has been used in ancient times,
Yeah,
what is it, the jewelry and things of that nature. But if anyone knows on the here on the comments, you're more than welcome to correct me or just expand in it into it. But I believe that lapis was something that was kind of like obsidian in Mexico. was used also for jewelry.
Interesting.
So, and then vintage is saying that lapis lazuli is calling to her, and she loves the name and the
Ah,
color. So hey, maybe there's some work there, between your third eye and your throat, and opening that beautiful energy.
yeah.
Um, so, and then Brandy saying that she wears her lapis bracelet every day. Look at that. That's beautiful.
Ah.
Yeah. So we have more. We still have a couple more.
Yes.
What is the next one?
Yes. So the next one is Shadakite. Um, it's like this really pretty blue, very similar to lapis, and it also has a little bit of like the brown earth tone in it, but it has this blue color. And when I tapped in, one of the big things I got was that it's good at helping you connect to your breath and the present moment when you're doing your intuitive work. That it's really good at helping you stay present, and also expanding areas of like tightness or restriction when it comes to your intuition, that it helps to kind of expand those areas so that you can get more of that flow back. And I also got that it helps you have confidence in your intuition and your your creativity and your vividness with your imagination, because the third eye connects to your imagination too. It helps expand on that. And when it comes to working with your third eye, I was given that it gives you a more playful approach to doing that healing, and that it's just very clearing. So this is definitely a fun, unique one to work with the third eye.
I love that. And
Yeah.
when you say that, it kind of connects me to when we're children and we have this like vivid imagination and we can create worlds of our own.
Yes.
Or even, if you wanted to do things such as playing things like D&D or Dungeons and Dragons or something like that you go
Yeah.
into this space of creativity and fun. I don't know, it just kind of, for whatever reason, I thought about that when you said that.
Yeah,
So it feels
absolutely.
very, very, very childlike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely, and it's funny. I was just given an image of the Six of Cups, or like tarot card about like your innocence and your inner child and that
Yeah.
playfulness. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
definitely.
Yeah, and you know what? And I feel like this is really great for whenever we want to connect, right, to our inner child too, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, our inner child wants to connect to us from that place of playfulness and just kind of
Hmm.
connecting from that place of just joy and playfulness and just wonder and expansion and
Hmm.
so I love that. I've never heard of this crystal, I have to say. This is the first time I've ever heard of this crystal,
Yeah,
which I'm even having a hard time. I don't even want to say it because I feel like I'm
I
gonna
know.
say it wrong. But this crystal
Shadow
is what is it? Shatakai?
kite. Yeah,
Shatakai? Okay.
yeah,
Shatakai. Well, I definitely am interested in seeing how I can work with this.
yeah.
This I haven't seen either, but I haven't really looked for it in the shops. But
Right.
I haven't necessarily, it hasn't come into my awareness until today.
Yeah,
So I'll have to look into it.
yeah,
Um, and it's really beautiful. I love the two colors, the brown and the blue.
yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I love the colors too. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I love it. I love it. And I see some let me see some comments here. Oh, look at that. Cece says that she loves Shadakite. It's a pretty crystal. And then Vanita saying that she's never heard of it as well. Um, okay, look at that. So some people are commenting on the lapis and the Egyptians. Ancient Egyptians used lapis to create blue cosmetics. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. And apparently, okay, Cece is saying Cleopatra's favorite was lapis. I kind of had a feeling, for whatever reason,
Yeah.
lapis just feels very Egyptian to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels very royal as well. I don't know why. It just feels very royal and Egyptian. So okay. Do we have okay, so we have one last crystal.
Yes, one last one. And this is not typically a third eye crystal, but I was very drawn and guided to this one. And I thought we'd finish out with this unique pretty crystal. This is blue goldstone. And I don't know how well you can see, but it's very sparkly, very shimmery, very sparkly with this blue color. And when I tapped in, this is very good if you want to work with your third eye and have that energetic protection. There's a lot of protective energy with this. It also helps you with your cosmic connection, like expanding your intuition that way. And I was given that it's almost like a bit of a magical experience working with it with your third eye, and that it helps to grow and open it. And then it gives you a heightened sense of psychic awareness working with it. And then lastly, I was told that you can also, in addition to putting it on your third eye, gaze at it to work on your intuition, to gaze at the crystal, to kind of like tap in that way. So that is the blue goldstone. And I will say too, when I was doing this, I thought of, for people working on their third eye, a journal prompt if you're, trying to work on it, which is when do I feel most aligned with my intuition, to kind of explore that, because sometimes, we can feel completely not connected to our intuition or not, at all. And to kind of explore, like, when are you feeling the most aligned? And I felt like this would be good for doing like journaling or affirmations with your third eye work.
I love that. And blue gold, and I couldn't really see the sparkles, but I could imagine, because I've seen the stone, so I've seen the little sparkles, and it's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of a starry night.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And so it's really great. And I love that. So kind of like doing a little bit of journal work with it, and
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's all about connecting, right, to these energy centers, consciously connecting to them. What a great way to do so, alongside not only with a crystal, but also with a journal prompt. I love that so much. It's such a great way to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that too. And I also have a few affirmations if people would like them, just, when you're working with the third eye, like for the journal or just to meditate with, is it is safe for me to see clearly, because sometimes we don't feel, there's this part of us that is reluctant to dive in. So it is safe for me to see clearly, or I always honor my intuition, because sometimes we second guess ourselves, or we're not, entirely sure. So I always honor my intuition. And then the last one I have is I connect to my wisdom and inner guidance effortlessly. And these are just, really anything that resonates with you and what you're working on. But yeah, like journaling, affirmations, meditating with the crystals, there's so many different ways that you can connect and work with them on the third eye.
I love that so much. I'm actually adding these into the banners. What was the first one again?
The first affirmation is, it is safe for me to see clearly.
Okay, so I'm gonna add that here, and I kind of wanted to show that, so that way we can share this together. It is safe for me to see clearly. I love that.
Yeah.
It is safe for me to see clearly. And this is such an important thing to remember, especially when we're first starting out in the journey of connecting and expanding into our intuition, feeling safe, feeling protected, feeling also feeling capable, right, of doing this safely, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so I love that so much.
Yeah.
And so the second one is, I always honor my intuition.
Yes.
Yes. And you know what? I know many times I have dishonored my intuition, and I get into trouble. I get into trouble every single time. I'm just, hey, listen, I am human, okay? I also, make the mistakes, okay? I ignore the guidance, and then my spirit guides. I'm like, what are
Yeah,
you doing?
exactly,
I
exactly.
just thought I could do better than your guidance. And anyway, but make sure that your intuition. Yeah, I love that. I always honor my intuition. And
Yeah,
then the last one, and I'm gonna just correct this here. So I was typing this so fast. I just kind of wanted to share this because I love these so much.
yeah,
I connect to my wisdom and inner guidance effortlessly.
yes,
Oh, that's so
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
So hopefully everyone got the chance to write at least if one of them resonated with you, because maybe you don't resonate with all of them right now. Maybe you're feeling
right.
like one of them is the one that you want to connect to. Then this could be a really great way to start your day or start
Yeah.
your your healing with your third eye chart. Thank you so much for sharing these. These are so beautiful,
Oh, you're welcome.
Dawn.
You're
I love that.
welcome.
And yeah, this is so nourishing. How's everyone feeling over here? So yeah, Vanita's saying she loves the affirmations.
Aw,
And then when do I feel most aligned with my intuition? That's the journal prompt. Thank you, Jess.
yeah, yeah, thank you.
When do I feel most aligned with my intuition? That
Yeah.
is the journal prompt for anyone that wants to use it.
Mhm.
And yeah, and so yeah, thank you so much, Jess. She was adding them to the chat as we
Oh,
were
I
talking
love
about.
that.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Um, I love it. This is what I love about this family here, because this is a family, is that we are all helping each other. And I'm so grateful for each one of you here that, are always supporting each other. We've had such beautiful, loving conversations on the chat and so much support. And I'm just so grateful for you guys, because you're coming in with such a beautiful open heart and coming in receiving all of the guidance and information from Dawn, and being open to it. So thank you so much, everyone. So I know that we are here also to do some readings, a little bit of readings. We're gonna have some fun. But before we go into the readings, I kind of wanted to invite y'all to, definitely do, if you want to connect with Dawn on Instagram, and this is your first time kind of connecting here um, and connecting with Dawn. She does have this beautiful thing that she does where she shares um, uh, on her Instagram stories. She'll share after this specific work that we do on that when she comes here. She does a little bit of a grid, of a crystal grid. So if you want to take advantage of that and receive some of that energy, make sure that you go into her Instagram and follow her. And I also wanted to mention too that she has a website that you can go to and either sign up for her email list, or maybe you want to connect with her. You want to connect with her a little deeper into maybe something that you're dealing with your third eye, or maybe just in general energetically. She's really great at energy work, and definitely amazing at helping you ground. So maybe you've been feeling like you've been having a hard time grounding, or you've been having a hard time. I know that she's been doing some work with inner child and higher self healing as well. So
Mhm.
that's another thing that she can offer you. And so if you want to do that, you're feeling called in your heart to connect with her, then definitely go to healbydawn.com and reach out. When you do this, when you support, the people that we bring in, whether it is through, booking a session with her, or following her on Instagram, or engaging with her content as well. It's just such a great way to just weave this beautiful community, as we support. All of us are here to support each other, right? It's not just me, or just her. It's just here, we're here together to share the love. So I kind of wanted to invite you to do that, and show her the love if you are not following her or yet on Instagram. So anyway,
Thank you.
um, with that said, we're gonna open up for questions and readings, and we kind of do a jam. Sometimes we'll do a jam together here, and we'll be
Yeah.
doing readings together. So we'll go into the flow of things and just have a good time. So if you're interested in having a reading right now, just let us know in the comments. Make sure that if your name is not part of your handle, or your name on whether it is on Facebook, because we're doing this on Facebook and we're streaming this on Facebook and on YouTube. Make sure that you put your name. And also, if you are on Facebook, make sure that you scroll down on the description. There's going to be a link where you have to give permission to Facebook, to connect StreamYard to Facebook, so that way I can actually see your name. Otherwise, I won't be able to see your name. It will just show up as user. So just kind of wanted to, some housekeeping stuff that I kind of wanted to get out of the way here. Yes, thank you, Vanita. You are mentioning this beautiful wrap. This was actually sent to me by Dawn, and that's why I'm wearing it today. Because she says, and I'm literally quoting her on her card. She says, "This is so Jikara," and so that's why I'm wearing it, and I'm loving it, and I'm grateful to have this beautiful. I'm being wrapped around her love right now, which is great. And so yeah, so please make sure that you put your name on the on, if your name is not part of your handle, and then just your question, and then we'll get into it. And I'm gonna try to keep up with all of the comments here as much as I can. And yeah, so there's questions. Awesome. Thank you for putting that. You're putting in a question. So that's great. So you're putting question beforehand. That actually helps me also recognize that it is a question. So thank you for helping me with that. I appreciate that. And then Vanita says, "Dawn, what a fabulous and thoughtful gift." I know. So that's why I wanted to wear it. I was like, I have to wear it when we go live together to celebrate her, because she just likes just celebrate her love for me. Okay, so I see that. Let's see. Feeling the magic and power of the crystals. Yes, awesome. Okay, so vintage, I think, is the first one with a question. So we're gonna go ahead and she says, question for reading: has someone visited me in spirit from form recently? If so, do you see the relationship to me?
You know, I'm actually seeing an older man, very kind, very warm, very caring, also very like dedicated to his craft, his work, very hardworking, kind of like earthy, like connected more to like outside, outdoors, very distinguished yet humble energy of a man. This person feels almost, the energy I'm getting is both like uncle and grandfather, but this is the spirit that's coming forward when I connect to that. But I am being guided to pull a card as well. And it's interesting. I have the Knight of Wands here, and it's, you know, definitely an energy of, it's a more masculine kind of energy, and there's almost a message though of you making sure that you, or encouraging you to really act on your inspirations right now, the things that are, you know, driving you, motivating you, lighting you up, to kind of take it and run with it, is the impression that I'm getting from this spirit. So I hope that resonates with you. Maybe Jikara has something to add.
I was actually distracted looking at the questions, but sorry. I wasn't tapping in. I should be tapping in. So let me just see if I. Well, I'm getting also a masculine energy. This is feels very tall in height. That's what I mean. But also this pride, this kind of prideful personality. Yeah, like that's one thing that I feel like. It's very prideful personality, very almost like, not in a bad way. It's kind of like always having the head, your, you know, like you know, when you hear of the phrase of like hold your head high type of, that type of essence of like energy of like always holding their head high, and but not in a egoic way, but more in like a prideful way, like I know who I am type of energy. I'm not really seeing much of the of how they look per se. I'm feeling more into the personality. um I'm hearing black, so I guess this being is trying to say that they have sort of black hair, but they're not really showing me, they're just telling me. And now this being is pointing outside, so I'm gonna go outside to see. And I'm seeing mountains, and I'm getting this message of mountains to climb. There's mountains to climb, but there's also this feeling of like no need to be afraid of climbing the mountains. The message that I'm getting. I'm getting this message also of like you belong here. You belong in this in this path, in this pathway. You belong. You are where you belong. You are where you're meant to be. I'm getting nothing to fear as well. And I'm getting, it's interesting, I'm getting this feeling of this very soft, gentle, loving energy towards you, Nia. It's kind of very loving, very open. Um, um, this being is actually allowing me to see a smile. It wants me to share this with you, that they're smiling at you with so much like love. And then now I'm seeing something else. So I'm feeling like there's some intrusion here. And I think this has got to do with a message that you mentioned earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into that. And I feel like there's something that you may want to clear around your energy field. So I'm going to check that. Sorry, baby, you gotta move. Bear with me. Okay. Sorry, honey. There. Not now, honey. Not now, my munchkin. Okay. So I'm just gonna tap very gently into your higher self right now, Nia. And I'm gonna check into that because I'm feeling this fearful energy coming through for you. And it's really not the being that Dawn and I were connecting to, is something else. And I just kind of wanted to clarify that for you. I think it's important that we clarify. There's different things happening at the same time. I'm seeing the energy of anxiety for you. So we're going to clear that. So what I want to invite you to do is to allow yourself to close your eyes and take a deep breath and receive this beautiful white light coming in through your nose. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to clear this energy out of your energy field, because this is not helping you right now. It's actually keeping you from actually seeing a little clearer. Okay. We're going to clear that because that's a vibration that sometimes attracts things that we don't want around us. So we're going to clear that vibration of anxiety out of your energy field. So I was seeing this kind of like a black cloud in a way, like it was kind of coming from, it was coming over from the right. And I'm going to ask Spirit to clear this for you. So just allow yourself to continue to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, trusting that you are supported and loved, guided and grounded in love. Just know that everything right now that you're surrounded by is pure unconditional love. And all that is being cleared for you is being cleared for your highest good. There's energy of guilt that's been that you've been imprinted with. There's also a little bit of egoic selfishness that's been imprinted here. Spirit wants to bless you with courage. And the energy of zeal. And Spirit is also applying gold light into your energy field to support you right now. Okay, so I am complete. And I hope this helped you and resonated with you, my love. Um, yeah, so she's saying thank you. Yeah, so if you're always feeling scared, Nia, I just want to invite you to really allow yourself to use the grounding tools. There's, um, because that's definitely root chakra related as well. Not feeling safe, not feeling safety is definitely root chakra. So I would invite you to watch the video that we did with Dawn in regards to the root chakra as well, and look into the crystals that she mentioned for that. And also, I don't know if maybe you have any recommendations for her right now for her to use.
Yeah, and I will say, well, I'm getting for you right now red jasper for your root chakra. And I'm also kind of getting too, like while Jikara was working, that it's almost as though there's this like the fear is creating this sort of fog that's affecting your sight and your clarity, your perception. So the impression that I got is your guides are asking you to just take it slow, that just shift your perspective a bit and go at the pace that feels more comfortable to you as you sort of clear through this. But it feels like there's like this need for like clarity and like cutting through the fog with a sword to kind of help you. And so I'm being shown red jasper as a crystal for you because it's very grounding, but it also gives you gentle, nurturing energy. And I'm actually seeing there's a crystal called mangano calcite, MANGANO calcite. It's a pink crystal because that is also very soothing and nurturing to help you feel more nurtured and safe. And then I'm also getting smoky quartz, which is extremely grounding and also helps to transmute some of that energy into more like positive energy around you as you navigate this.
And I kind of want to take this moment to segue really quick into the reason why we have decided to join forces, the four of us. So Maurice, Dawn, Hannah, and myself, to do the retreat. So it's going to be a 2-hour retreat that we're going to be doing. And Nia, I would love for you to consider joining this event, because this is precisely the reason why we are doing this event. And I'm going to post it here on the comment section again. It's on Meetup. So you would have to sign up through Meetup. But one thing that I wanted to mention is that I feel very strongly that this is part of your awakening process. And of course, I don't ever want to discount the fact that, mental health is a real thing. As you guys know, I have brought therapists here to talk about this. So I'm very aware of, of the fact that we have to approach it in all ways, right? But also approach it in the spiritual aspect of things and the energetic aspect of things. And I feel that you would, you and anyone else really who wants to really ground deeper into your power. I feel this will help you ground into that courage, into that power that you have within you, so that you can really start feeling more and more of the reality of what really is around you, which is pure unconditional love. So I hope that makes sense. And I know sometimes it's kind of hard for us to see that because we're clouded, kind of like what Dawn was saying. Fear is a very dense energy, and it's very hard for us to move through. So my heart goes out to you because I know it's difficult, but I'm telling you, it's possible for you to move through this. There is another side at the end of this tunnel. And I just kind of wanted to share that with you because I feel that that was the message that wanted to come through in regards to the mountains and how you're climbing this mountain. Let's say this mountain of fear, right? And so, but that you are in the path, you are in the right path, and that you're not doing anything wrong. You're actually moving through it. So, and sometimes when we're moving through it, we're kind of questioning it, like, am I doing something? Am I moving forward? So I feel like this is kind of that reminder for you.
Yeah.
And then Nia says she will do the event. She's been working on her awakening process by meditation and doing lots of studies through reading and daily practices, and that's beautiful. And sometimes we need that additional support, and I feel that's the reason why we came together to do this, because we know we've been through it ourselves.
Mhm.
And I've been through dark night of the soul, I don't know how many times in my
Right.
life. I think I lost count, truly, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and I kind of wanted to just share that. And this
Yeah.
goes for everyone, right? But I kind of wanted to hyper focus that for you.
Yeah.
um yeah,
And
so
oh,
yeah, you were going to
sorry.
say something, sorry, go
Oh,
ahead.
yes, I saw that she had commented. The other crystal is called mangano calcite, Mangano, I believe. But if you don't have access to that, I'm getting you can just use rose quartz instead. But that it's important that you're not hard on yourself right now. Just be gentle and compassionate and know that, like, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, to just be easy on yourself.
That's
Yeah.
powerful. And I just want to thank Vanita for keeping up with the
Oh,
queue. She has
thank
put the
you.
queue together for us. I just
Oh,
saw that here. So thank you so much, Vanita. So
thank
the
you.
next person that is coming through is Vanita, and I have to see the question here. So I do have it here, and the question is, what guidance, healing, or clearing do I need right now?
Mm. So, Vanita, while I'm shuffling, I keep seeing um, that there's this sort of push or nudge from your spirit team to honor your creativity right now, to honor your creative side. Um, because, so I'm getting the Knight of Swords, and I'm getting the Page of Pentacles, and the impression that I'm getting is that it would be helpful for you to honor what is really lighting up your fire right now, lighting up your passion, um, in order to kind of, like, this is an action that you can take to help bring in new opportunities, new offerings for yourself, is through nourishing your creativity. And I'm getting a message of self-care right now, and just really putting yourself first. And I'm getting a feeling like there's a lot of people kind of like watching you, or a lot of people sort of in your space or in your business. And I'm getting the impression that you're being asked to put yourself and your needs first right now. and to really take care of yourself and do the things that feed your soul and feed your fire. And doing that is really going to help you. I'm also getting a message of boundaries and putting up some balance, like getting balance in your life. And that will help you kind of, I'm getting a feeling of like more firm footing, feeling more grounded in like the next part of this like next chapter for you. Is it's a really important that you start to put yourself first and do self-care, boundaries. And I'm seeing a lot of focus on your creative side, your creative center, your inspirations, passions, things that really speak to you right now. Your guides are encouraging you to kind of dive more into that, as opposed to other people and what they need or are asking of you right now, is what I got.
Powerful. And I pulled some cards for you, Vanita. Okay, so I want to say, Vanita, she was on my Instagram live this Monday, and she was so kind. I was going live for like over 2 hours, and she was like, "I'm not gonna ask questions. I'm just here to support." So I was like,
Oh,
"Girl, I got you today, okay? Because
that's
you're
so
you're supporting.
sweet.
You're so supportive, and I'm so grateful to you, and for that. And so anyway, and so hopefully one day we'll get to do like an event where we all meet each other
Mhm.
and give each other a hug. I think that would be amazing. That's one of my dreams. I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna put it out there. Maybe we can do like an actual retreat, like in person thing where we can all meet each other and give each other a hug. But anyway, I don't want to digress from the conversation that Spirit wants to start here with you. So piggybacking from what Dawn was saying, it was interesting because I pulled these cards, and as she was talking, like I was looking at the cards, like, that makes so much sense. So I'm pulling from the Oracle of the Mushroom Spirit, which I love this new deck. And so the Parrot Wax Cap came up for you, and this one is all about inviting you to really bring yourself into isolation. And what I mean by that is kind of like giving yourself the space to being in your own energy, in your own self, into like that, in a way that isolation is not bad, right? When we use it consciously, when we use it from a place of conscious awareness that we need to allow ourselves to cleanse our energies, right, from all of the interactions that we have and the imprints that we have from people, right? And so we pick up so much, right, energetically. Hence the reason why I do the collective clearings myself, is because of that. Is because we pick up so much. And so it's important for us to also be aware of it and use the conscious isolation, going into that hermit mode for a little bit. And it can be for a day or for 2 days. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm going to go into the Himalayas for I mean, if you can, if you can do that, I mean, be my guest. I'm not, but I don't feel that that's really what Spirit wants you to do. It's kind of more in balance. So I feel that that's something that Spirit wants to really invite you to do, to kind of consider where can you carve out space for that isolation to happen, from that disconnection from the digital world, from the disconnection from everything, reconnecting to nature, and really being present with yourself, being present in your energy, so that you can recharge and reconfigure where you want to direct your energies moving forward, right? The next thing that came up, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the turkey tail mushroom came through, and I love mushrooms too, Nia. I'm in love with them. They're my babies. I love mushrooms. And turkey tail is indicating a block. So I was like, okay, well, Spirit, tell me what it is. And so one of the I'm gonna give you the themes that you want to kind of focus on right now, which is directly related to career and life purpose. So right now, and I feel that that's the reason why the invitation to kind of like isolate yourself a little bit is coming through for you, is because you're in this pivotal point. I feel that you're meant to be really directing your energy towards the places that you want to go. But in order for you to do that, and I'm seeing number 4 here. So in order for you to find grounding in your career, in your life meaning and purpose, and really blending in these two things, is working on I know that you're a healer. So working on those two themes, maybe when you do your quantum healing And if you can go into past life or do any past life regression or anything related to programs that are related to this, to your career, and that are related to past lives or other lifetimes, to your career and your life meaning and purpose, that's something that you want to address at this moment. Okay, however it is that you decide that you want to, whatever healing modality, but you definitely want to make sure that you're addressing other lifetimes that are, rooting, they're rooted into energies that are, in a way, creating some sort of blocks. And that's where the turkey tail mushroom is coming through. And then the next one, this one is called Verdigris agaric. And it's such a pretty one. I love the color of it, and it's unique color. And so actually, I was reading about this mushroom, and it's a very unique. There's not a lot of mushrooms that have this color, like this really bluish, greenish, aquamarine type of color, which makes me think of Lemuria, and it makes me think on a type of mermaids. I don't know, but there's also number 31, which is number 4. So it's kind of like finding grounding again into that beautiful, unique way of being. Once you do the work, once you do the little bit of the isolation mode, and you kind of work through the blocks and all this stuff, you're going, this says impress. And to me, what this means is that you're going to be shining in such a way that, nobody's gonna, like, it's just gonna just, it's almost like, I feel like when I'm hearing the word explosion, but explosion of like good explosion, like, oh, explosion of like good things coming your way and expansion. But these are things that you want to work on right now, so that you can really get into that space of being able to receive all of that and being able to expand into your work. So yeah, these cards have powerful medicine, absolutely. And I love the medicine of the mushrooms, for that reason. So hopefully that resonates with you, my love. Just make sure, remember, the 2 themes that you want to work on is career and work, and the other theme is life meaning and purpose. Those are the 2 things or themes that you kind of want to dive into to do some clearing work. Okay. So anyway, so that is what I have. I am complete, unless you have anything else, Dawn, you want to add to that.
I'm
Okay.
good, but thank you.
Just making sure, because sometimes things can come up.
Yeah, yeah. Vanita, I just saw that question. Immediately I got carnelian for you.
Powerful.
Yes.
Yeah, the best person to ask is Dawn. So if y'all want to know what crystal to use, you definitely want to get Dawn. I like I said, she's the crystal whisperer. Okay, so let's see the next person. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to see. So Cece wanted. Oh, Cece, do you have a question, Cece? I don't think I see your question here, but you said you would love a reading. Do you have a specific question, my love, or you just want a general reading? Let us know in the comments, and then we can move into your reading. And then after Cece, I'm trying to find the other one, the one that Vanita posted with the people. Hi, Chris. So happy to see you, my love.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, we got the fam in the house today. I'm so happy. I love seeing you. I love seeing your comments here. And yes, Mama, you may be added. Absolutely. Somebody wanted to be added. Absolutely, you can. I think we may have lost Cece or C. So we can move on to the next person. We'll give her another minute or so. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take advantage and just share. Y'all need to come over on the 28th. It's a Sunday, and it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to be doing some clearing work, some healing work. You're going to be receiving so much goodness on that day. So I kind of wanted to just basically just let you know. Okay, so C says Powell Boulevard. I don't know what that is.
Oh, maybe like a residence, like moving, or
Are you moving? C, is that what it is? Whatever comes through, she says.
oh.
Okay. I think she probably posted something or maybe copy paste or something.
Oh.
You know how that happens
I
sometimes?
know,
Like,
I know.
I think that's what happened. Is that what happened to you, C? Let us know in the comments. I know that happens to me all the time. Like, oh, didn't mean to send that. Sorry. It's like I just send like a random like list of groceries to people. Yeah, that was meant for my husband. Sorry. Um, so after C is Brandy, Peggy, Mama, and Jess. Thank you, Vanita. Oh, thank you for that.
Okay. So, Cece, I'm getting so I have this card, it's called the Lord of Shadows here. And the oh sorry. It's hard with the glare, so I don't know if that helps, but I have that and I have the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands. And what I'm getting is that you're going through a pretty big transformation right now, some changes, some shifting, some out with the old, in with the new. And it feels as though there might be a little bit of a struggle to let go and fully surrender into this. It feels as though it might be a bit difficult to kind of let go and move forward. And there's a message of you navigating this by simplifying things more, clearing the clutter, whether it's physical clutter, mental, emotional, people in your space. But there's a need for you to kind of go within and get rid of what's not working, what's not helping you right now, put it to the side and focus more on what you like to celebrate, the things that you enjoy, the things that sort of um, light your fire, bring you to life a bit. You're being asked to find more harmony, more balance, more connection. Um, and by unity, I mean unity with like yourself, your higher self, your soul, the things that really light you up to help you through this. There's like the best guidance that I'm getting is to really connect to you and what you feel aligned with, what really lights you up, to help you as you kind of go through this phase right now. And it does feel like a bit of like a shakeup, a transition, and things are changing, and you're having to leave some parts behind and step into the new. And so your guides are saying to kind of simplify things and then focus on what lights you up and brings you harmony and closer to feeling more like yourself. And to now you're entering this space of expansion. So start planning a bit, like how you would like for things to go. What is it that you would like for yourself next? What direction do you really want to take things in, so that you can expand out, but to tap into that joy and that inner spark to help guide you, because they're saying that when you do that, it's going to come more effortlessly, more easy when you're in that state of honoring your needs and what makes you happy. So that's what I have.
And I'm going to add to that because I pulled some cards from the beautiful mushroom oracle of the mushroom deck. And, as Dawn was speaking into the reading for you, see, I was looking at the cards that were that came out for you, and it made so much sense. Like, it's just so aligned as a confirmation of the expansion energy that you're in right now. The reishi mushroom came through, which is card number 1. And when I think about number 1, I think about being a leader, being the pathfinder, the way shower, the one that's like you're not really following the pathway of others. And I kind of feel like you need to know, like, not that you don't know this, but you need to be reminded of this. And the message of this one is spirit medicine. And when I see that, I see that you are in the space, yes, absolutely, the space of expansion, and grounding into your own medicine, into what you're meant to be expressing here on this planet in regards to what you're here to offer. And the reason why I say that is because I got the card of number 23, which is number 5, really. And it's a number 5 is a number of change, which leads me to believe, especially combined with this specific mushroom, which is, I was actually reading about this mushroom yesterday, and wrinkled peach mushroom, unique. This mushroom is so unique that it is almost close to extinction, because it's very unique in the way it grows and in the way it exists. And it's actually considered like one of those mushrooms that are protected. You're actually not supposed to do anything with them if you do find them in the wild, and so they are protected. And so when I think about that, I think about the things that are coming from our ancestors, that are kind of being forgotten, and that you are kind of bringing forward, and how you're going to blend in and give that revival to that spirit medicine that's coming through you. And so I kind of wanted to bring that forth for you. Granted, I have spoken to you, and I know some of your stories, so I know I can connect some of the dots here when I see this message. So beyond, maybe if I didn't really know you all fully, but I know that this has to do with some of that ancestral work that you've been doing personally, and how you are, weaving in this into your space now, and how that's going to be very unique in the sense that you're going to be magnetizing people into your life. And this is the community card, which is number 35, which is number 8. And number 8 is, the first of all, is it to me, when you see number 8 is infinity, which is beautiful, because community is about weaving infinity. And then also it's about oneness, right? And then it's also about, that expansion of the spiritual aspects of who we are. Beyond that, it also brings abundance, and the abundance shows up in so many ways, right? It doesn't have to only be financial, but I feel that abundance coming your way, through you anchoring yourself into that expansive place that you're in right now, through you anchoring into the things that are coming to you. They're coming to you for a reason. And I feel that, when I think, it's funny, because I'm thinking of the handle of Maurice's handle, ancient made modern. And for whatever reason, I feel like that is something that is meant to come through you as well, through your own lineage, in your own ancestry. And so connecting to that, and then also recognizing that, as you anchor yourself in that, you'll be magnetizing those who are going to support this, who are going to resonate with this, who are going to be called in their hearts to this, to work alongside with you, in this journey. So that is what I have for you. That was powerful. And so I love this deck so much. But
Wow.
so I hope that resonated for you, my love. And just remember that you're here to be in that unique space of bringing in, weaving in those things that could potentially be forgotten, but they're not going to be forgotten, because they're coming through you, for you. And so that's what I have. I am complete.
That
And
was so
so it is.
good.
Thank you. All right. So I've disconnected. I was just clearing myself up a little bit, just to make sure that I'm clear and connecting fully to the next person. So the next person up is Peggy. Peggy, what questions do you have? I think Peggy wanted a reading from you, Dawn,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know what her question was, because I think I saw it somewhere. Peggy, do you
Okay.
mind posting that here so that we can? I don't think I see here the question for it. I think she just mentioned I want a reading from Dawn, but that was it. She didn't put like a specific question. This is the question to see. I would love Dawn reading.
Aw, okay.
Oh, I skipped Brandy. I'm so sorry, Brandy. I skipped
Oh,
you.
okay.
You'll come after.
Okay, I'll go back to Peggy.
I just noticed that I skipped her. We got you, Brandy. Don't worry. You'll come after Peggy, okay? I'm so happy to see that it resonated for you.
One moment, Peggy. Okay, so I was guided to pull an oracle card first, and I have reaching your destination, that your light is shining, shining brightly. But then I also was shuffling a few cards, and I have the Knight of Swords here, and I have the Two of Cups and the Six of Wands, which is really great. So this is interesting. The feeling that I'm getting is that there might be an issue right now of maybe a lack of action or progress, maybe perhaps feeling as though you're not really, a situation seems relationship related is not really like hitting the ground running in the sense that you would like for it to be. And the guidance that I'm getting is that it's important for you to connect on a more deeper level right now with the other person, and to, the phrase I'm getting is to be seen, be heard, be known. And it feels as though this is also going hand in hand with your connection to your higher self as well. It's almost like in tandem. There's this need for you to sort of celebrate yourself more, and really allow yourself to be heard, and celebrate the small victories, because it feels as though things are on a positive swing, a positive uplift. But to get the momentum going, you're being asked to really allow yourself to be shown for who you are, and to step more into that light of yourself, and into alignment is what I'm getting. And one of the ways, the biggest need for you right now in order to do this, I'm getting, is to drop any emotional baggage and trauma that might be affecting you right now, that is really not necessary to hold on to, particularly connected to family issues, family traumas. It feels as though there's a need to let go of a lot of things that you might still be holding on to from the past. And as you start to drop them and sort of purge them, let them go, the more that you're going to gain the momentum to get into this bright light and shining more of yourself. So that's what I'm getting for you. Oh, did I disappear?
No, you're here.
Oh, okay. My computer, like when I opened my eyes, it had turned off. Okay. Did you hear the whole thing? Because I
Yes,
just
yes, we did. No worries, no worries. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was incredible. So hopefully, Peggy, you're connecting to that beautiful message, and yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn.
Sure.
So Peggy gets my readings every Monday, so that's why I think she
Oh, got it. Okay.
she's part of the group, of the Cosmic Light Activation group. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, so I know that she comes here on Thursday. She wants a little bit support, and I love it. So thank you so much for
Uh,
sharing that. Okay, Brandy, I know that I skipped you. I'm so sorry, my love. Do you have any questions, Brandy, that you want to share? Or do you just want a general reading, or how is it? What is it that you would like? In the meantime, after Brandy, we have Mama. So if you have any questions, let us know in the comments what questions you have, Brandy. And then again, hi Sandra, welcome. So we got some people that are coming in a little later, but just kind of wanted to just take advantage of the fact that we're waiting for Brandy to post her question, to remind y'all that we are going to be going. We're going to be, merging our powers on May 28th, which is a Sunday, and I'm going to post here on the comments, the on the comment section, the meetup event. We're going to have a 2-hour online retreat where we're going to be applying healing in many ways. Beautiful Dawn is going to be doing a grounding crystal healing, healing grid, and sending that energy. I'm going to be doing a spiritual response or an Akashic record clearing for the collective. And Maurice, if you guys are familiar with Maurice, he's going to be doing a guided journeying to connect to your spirit guide, so to one of your spirit guides. And Hannah is going to be doing the sound healing. So there's going to be some really powerful energy that day, and I kind of wanted to remind y'all to really come in and sign up for that event that we have coming up on the 28th. I'm super excited. We've been planning this for a little bit. I don't know if it was like a full month or not. I think it was a month, a little bit over a month. I can't remember, but I know that we've been planning this for a while. We've been meeting, we've been setting this intention for this container for everyone to come in and receive. So if you've ever wanted to maybe receive some of that powerful healing, but you haven't been able to maybe book a session with each one of us, this is a really great time to take advantage of that and just receive everything at once for 2 hours. Okay, so Brandy says, honestly, I just want to keep it light today. I just want to know if I'm going to have any communication with my twin flame anytime soon, and I am not asking about reunion, just like to hear. Okay. All right, so Brandy, I'm going to pull some cards for you from my twin flame deck. And then we'll let also Dawn pull whatever she feels on her end. And just give me a sec. I'm going to connect here.
So I have the witch, which is akin to the magician here. And am I blurry? Do you need me to?
Yeah, you're a little blurry. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was doing the reading, I opened my eyes and my screen was like blacked out.
So we're waiting for Dawn to get her thing going here. So we're bringing her back in. There we go.
I don't know
it's
what
so good.
happened. When I was doing the reading, the screen blacked out, and then when I opened my eyes, it was all black, and then my camera was fuzzy. So, so I have here the witch, which is similar to the magician and the Three of Wands. And so the impression that I'm getting actually is, in terms of if you're going to have that kind of communication anytime soon, I'm getting the message that you're being guided to kind of manifest it, to like focus on it in a way to allow it to come to fruition. And I'm getting the impression that you're being guided to kind of expand more the ways in which basically outside your comfort zone, not like something that makes you uncomfortable, but to really just sort of stretch yourself a bit in life in general, just like going a little bit outside the day to day and just expanding a bit as a way to sort of help call this into alignment. But you're being guided to manifest it in a way, like bring it in like on your own, through your own like will, so to speak, is what I'm getting. And it feels as though this, it might be feeling a bit stagnant right now in terms of this happening. It might be feeling a bit stagnant, and so that's why you're being guided to try and like to work towards manifesting it and putting more of a focus and intention there, and just sort of stepping a bit outside the box with this. So that's the impression that I'm getting, but this is Jikara's area, so
my turf. This is my turf, girl. Okay. So I kind of wanted to just share with you, Brandy, that the card of fresh start came up for you. This is from my twin flame deck, and when I look at this card, it kind of ties into what the last thing that Dawn was saying in regards to kind of maybe feeling the energy is feeling a little like there's need for movement. And so there's some guidance right now that spirit is kind of wanting to bring a little, to weave in, to add into what Dawn was saying in regards to the manifestation part, what other things you can do to help the energy move. And to, because you got to remember too, that, this is both souls. A lot of people believe that the twin flame is one soul. That's not true. It's you are a whole soul, and the other soul is a whole soul, and you kind of come together in this vibration. There's energetic shifts that happen for each one of you separately, and each one of you are I want to say responsible to work on your own separate vibration, right? And there's also that higher self aspect of both of you who is connected all the time, right? Both of you are connected at the higher self, and there's always that awareness of what's happening, even though here on the 3D, here on this reality, on this specific pathway that we're on, which is a human path, we tend to kind of like, of course, that there's a lot of forgetfulness, there's the egoic mind, there's a lot of things happening for us, and I don't like to say to us, but for us, because it's part of our process of healing and awakening. And so, and I kind of, I needed to weave that into it, because right now the invitation from spirit, first of all, is that that reminder that you are going through that awakening process, right? That this is part of your process of awakening, and so leaning into people who maybe are in the same path. Maybe you can connect with other people who are in the same path, and create that camaraderie to really share and explore these experiences together, right? Maybe some support groups and things of that nature that are high vibrational, and of course, find something that resonates with you in your heart, that it feels love based and not fear based. And that's an important thing as well. I want to really invite you to really use discernment in this, because there's a lot of fear-based stuff out there. So you want to make sure that when you're connecting to people, it is love-based, and it feels expansive, right, for you in your heart. It doesn't feel scary or it feels tense. But right now you're kind of being invited to release the past, right? And so that's the fresh start card is also kind of bringing in forward for you. The card that came up as well in regards to moving in the energy, or the last thing that spirit wants you to do or wants to invite you to do, is the card of travel came up. Now, listen, I'm not saying you have to go to India, okay, and and go eat, pray, love. I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, be my guest. I will be cheering you on, girl. But it doesn't have to go all the way that extreme, right? It can be things such as, what is around me that I can, what places are around me that I could maybe, I feel drawn to, that I've been wanting to go, that may feel connected to, you just this really high vibrational energy. There's a lot of energy vortexes out there, ley lines, and you don't have to go all the way to Sedona to connect to them. They're everywhere around us. And so, and a lot of times they tend to be in sacred places such as parks, conservation places, things of that nature. You can potentially be connecting to, some high vibrational spots. So I would recommend for you to kind of go back and say, well, where around me have I been meaning to go to, but I've been kind of like resisting. I haven't taken the time, or I'm not doing it because you may want to go to those places, because what happens is that we open up energetically and we move energetically into these spaces, and these are portals for us to actually release and receive, and that allows you to again create that release of releasing the past. So I hope this makes sense to you, and just kind of that reminder, right, that this is your awakening process. It's all about the self, it's all about you. And so once you move through all of this energy and put into practice what Dawn was mentioning in regards to putting that intention, and again, it this is the thing, and I know this is very difficult for a lot of us when we are in the middle of situations, because we get so caught in it's very close to home. So I know it's easier said than done, Brandy. I know what I'm asking you is not easy to do, but I want to invite you to detach. Okay, detach from that, from once you of course manifested, detach, send it to spirit, let spirit do the work, and you do your part, you do your work, do the things that spirit is asking you to do, and then let things kind of unfold into that space. Now, in regards to timing wise, I'm going to ask spirit real quick. And remember that things change, right? Like, I don't want you to get stuck with like, you told me I'm going to see him. I'm like, no, because things change. This person is making decisions. You're making decisions. Every decision shifts things. So I'm going to ask timelines, but these are approximate timelines. They're not definitive timelines. And I want to be very clear about this in regards to this. Okay. So Brandy, I'm going to check with spirit and see what is the timeline between you and your twin flame, and what would be the timeline based on what's happening, decisions that have been made up until now. Okay. Spirit, so can you tell me what is the timeline in regards to Brandy and her twin flame to meet? Okay, so I'm getting yes, that you are going to connect in the future. Okay, so I'm getting months. And I'm getting approximately around 6 months you should see some movement. So you've got to put a little bit of that work in the movement. And remember, we are in the 3D. Everything that we do in the 3D moves a little slower. So this is on the timeline of now, even though it's already happened, right? It's already in the future. It's already happened. But it's kind of like the time that it will take from point A to get to point B, right? And so so I hope that makes sense, Brandy. And that and then Brandy saying it's been difficult. Yes, so definitely good. Port Charlotte, visit your sister, go to the beach, go to a place that feels sacred to you, go to a place that calls you, really connect to that, and you'll see yourself really opening up and moving some energy. You got to move that energy out of your what does that make sense? How do I say this to make sense? It's like almost like, imagine like you have um like maybe something like that, something that's like hurting, and it's kind of like infected, right? And I'm not saying that that's what's happening for you, but like you have to remove that in order for the healing to happen, in order for and then when the healing happens, that's when energy is actually flowing, right? So I hope that makes sense, Brandy. But anyway, yeah, she understands. Okay, great. So I am complete. I'm gonna disconnect now. Please disconnect. Thank you, Spirit. I get really excited when you guys ask these questions, because I just love you guys, and I understand it's hard, but you got this, girl. Port Charlotte is good. Yes. Okay, so I think that we are at the end of it. We couldn't get everyone. I'm so sorry we didn't get everyone. We try our best, but we just don't have enough time, and we have to honor our boundaries. So thank you so much, Dawn, for staying a little longer. I know I kind of went over the time
It's
here.
fine.
I appreciate your patience. And so yes, Peggy, me too. No, listen, Peggy, I wanted you to get all of the goodness of Dawn. So it's all good. It's all good. And yes, you got this, Brandy. Look at this. Everyone is so supportive here. I'm so grateful. And again, I cannot express enough how grateful I am for each one of you. Again, if you want to connect with Dawn a little bit more and ask her, or do some healing work with her, go into healbydawn.com. You can go into her Instagram and check out her awesome posts with the crystal grids, and receive some of that beautiful energy healing, or maybe see some of her fun posts where she posts pictures of her wearing her crystals. um, and yeah, and I kind of wanted to just invite y'all to also really consider the on November, May 28th. May 28th, we have this amazing retreat, and I am going to post this again here on the chat, and so that you can really go in and sign up. This is such a great way for you to receive all of the energy that all of the Hannah and Maurice and Dawn and myself, I mean, we are really here to be of service to you. We really want to help you in your journey, of your awakening journey. It's so much that we accumulate throughout, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to connect to a spirit guide through a journey that Maurice is going to be doing. Hannah is going to be applying healing and sound healing for everyone. Dawn is going to be doing a grounding, beautiful grounding healing, and crystal grid healing that she's going to be sharing with us. And I will be doing an Akashic record clearing for collective clear. I mean, it's going to be amazing. Don't miss it out, y'all. Seriously.
Yeah.
And so definitely this is a great time. And so I wanna really send you all my love, my gratitude again for you, Dawn. My love, my gratitude. I cannot express enough
Thank
my gratitude for everyone. And so for that, we're gonna leave it here.
you.
Thank you, everyone. Namaste. And I'll see you next week.